my siblings in cabin crew around the world, happy Cabin Crew Day. This is a day to celebrate the work that we do every single day in keeping people safe, healthy, and secure on our aircraft. We are aviation's first responders, and we're also aviation's last line of defense. We can't call for someone else to help when it's time to fight a fire on board, or when there's a decompression and we have to make sure that everyone's safe and secure, or when we hit clear or turbulence and we've made sure that people understand that they have to wear their seatbelt, but then we have to check for injuries. We've revived people from heart attacks and delivered babies. We've connected people around the world, and we've been proud of the work that we've done to bring people together, not only on every single flight that we work, but in our work to connect people around the world in the very nature of what we do. This year with coronavirus, people have been isolated. They have been required to stay at home, think about local solutions. But now we have to use our leadership in this moment as we celebrate Cabin Crew Day to use our leadership to push us forward. We've got to make sure that cabin crew are among the first to have access to the vaccine. It's just like when we tell people, you've got to put on your own mask before you can help others. We know as cabin crew, when there's a decompression, that we have to sweep that mask to our face first, sit down and hold on, make sure that we're secure, so that we can then perform our duties as aviation's first responders and look out for everyone else. In this case, we've got to make sure that we have immediate access to the vaccine. As we rebuild and address the issues of job losses this year, it's very important to take to heart that this is not a crisis that we created. We've got to keep good jobs. We've got to stand up to the companies and make sure that they don't think that this crisis is a time where they can exploit our labor, because the work that we do is more important than ever. And I want to thank you so much for everything that you have done to keep our world connected, to keep the critical personnel and resources that our hospitals need to care for people. If it were not for our airlines, we would not be able to get the resources that people have needed in order to survive this pandemic. And now, once we get the vaccine distributed to all cabin crew, we have to then push forward. As we have done, we have made it a priority as members of ITF to make sure that our member states in the WTO are all supporting a TRIPS waiver so that the pharmaceutical companies cannot retain control of the vaccine and decide who and when people get it. We've got to have equal access to that vaccine because, as we know, as union members, an injury to one is an injury to all. But certainly in this pandemic, as long as one person is still infected, we're all in jeopardy of this continuing with variants that may start to be created if we don't get everyone vaccinated. So continue to fight forward and ask your governments to support this at the WTO, a TRIPS waiver, so that the pharmaceutical companies cannot hang on to total control of that vaccine, but that we're mobilizing a worldwide effort to get it distributed and end this pandemic. We can do that as cabin crew. We're leaders and people look to us. They look to us for answers. They look to us for instruction when they hear a strange noise on board, or when there's a strange jerk on the plane, or when there is a true emergency going on. And so that leadership is needed now more than ever around the world. We've been fighting since the beginning of our careers to push back on discriminatory practices, to make this a career that anyone with the heart of cabin crew can have today. And we've got to use that kind of spirit now to help end this pandemic, to get through this and make sure that the corporate elite are not trying to extract concessions from us or use job losses to deal with the losses at the airlines, but rather to rebuild in a way that supports people, the people on the front lines of aviation. That's all of us, connecting people all around the world. That's what we do, is bring people together, and we need that now more than ever. So this Cabin Crew Day, we celebrate that. And we say to those who come to the door of our airplane that we are in this together. No more assaulting flight crew. No more acting out with aggression on our planes. Understand that aviation works. The magic of aviation and bringing people together only works when we all follow the rules. When you listen to the cabin crew instructions, we're there to keep you safe. I am so proud of the work that you do every single day. I am so proud of the work that we do to bring people together. People need to understand that in aviation, we have rules that are important for the safety of everyone on board. And we have built that up and demanded that through our unions. We demand that of ourselves, we demand that of management, we demand that of our governments, and we demand that of worldwide aviation. So proud to stand with you. We are one crew around the world. Every airline should hear that. Every passenger should know that. We stand together and we celebrate each other today and every day around the year. Stay safe, stay strong, stay together. We're stronger together and better together always.